Ron and Rufus have handled more solo missions than people remember. Let's look at the times this chaotic duo stepped up. In Season 3, Episode 7, Overdue, Kim discovers she has an overdue library book, and the consequences are serious. Her cheerleading practices are suspended, and she's stuck in library lockup until the book is returned.
Until this book is returned, your cheerleading activities are suspended. In the meantime, I will see you after school in library lockup.
Determined to clear her name, she's left frustrated and confined, while the mystery of the missing book hangs over her. Ron soon realizes that he was the one who borrowed the book from Kim, but he has absolutely no idea where he left it.
I remember putting it in my backpack, but which mission did I take it on?
Feeling guilty, he teams up with Wade and begins going on solo missions to retrace their steps, searching every location they've previously visited on missions in hopes of finding it. After multiple failed searches, Wade steps in with high-tech support to speed things up.
Wade? Figured you could use some help finding that book. Plus, it gives me a chance to try out my new WadeBot 2.0.
They even infiltrate Draken's lair to check if the book somehow ended up there, accidentally foiling one of Draken's villainous schemes in the process. Unfortunately, the book still isn't anywhere to be found. Refusing to give up, Ron, Wade, and Rufus continue searching through various villain lairs while Kim remains stuck handling library duty. Eventually, they track down Monkey Fist, and that's where they finally spot what appears to be Kim's missing book. But Monkey Fist isn't about to hand it over without a fight. During the battle, Ron gets kicked hard, and the impact causes a book to fall out of his own backpack. In a shocking realization, they discover that the real overdue book had been in Ron's bag the entire time.
Ron, you had Kim's book with you the whole time?
Oh, wow. Guess I never took it out of my backpack. That's good news, huh, Wade?
The one in Monkey Fist's lair was just a look-alike, and Ron had never even taken Kim's book out to read it after borrowing it. Even so, they defeat Monkey Fist and recover the ancient text he had been guarding, which they originally mistook for Kim's book. With the real overdue book finally returned, Kim is freed from library lockup, never knowing what truly happened. In Season 2, Episode 24, Sick Day, the Tweebs are down with the flu and Kim is doing everything she can to avoid catching it.
Bless you.
Well, at least he covered. I do not want to catch this.
She even suggests that she and Ron study at her house to stay safe, but Ron confidently insists he's cold-proof and has nothing to worry about.
Ron, maybe we should bail from Sick Tweeb Central and pick up the study fest at your house.
No fear here. I'm cold-proof. No germ has ever successfully breached the fortress that is the stoppable immune system.
Of course, Kim eventually catches the flu anyway. Still, when Wade alerts them that scientists need protection for their new invention, the Ray X, Kim refuses to sit it out.
You really think you're up to this?
It's just a cold. All I have to do is sit there and guard some little ray thingy.
Despite being sick, she teams up with Ron to guard the device and stop any potential threat.
I just heard a way freaky security alarm go off. It sounded like choo, choo, choo.
That was me. I was sneezing.
Draken and Shigo show up to steal the Ray X, and although Kim fights back, they manage to escape with it. During the scuffle, Kim accidentally infects Shigo with the flu as well, leaving Shigo just as miserable and bedridden.
Hey, Rod, it's B.
Grandma?
Kim, listen, my mom is way cranked that I went out sick.
Crank is putting it mildly. Worry not, KP.
Since Kim's mom won't allow her to leave the house while she's sick, Ron and Rufus head out on a solo mission to recover the Ray X. They sneak into Draken's lair while he's busy arguing with Duff Killigan and manage to swipe the device. On their way out, they run into Shigo, but she's far too sick to stop them, allowing Ron and Rufus to complete the mission on their own.
Shigo! Wow, you look green. I mean, greener. Total grossness. Like taking candy from a baby.
In Exchange Season 2, Episode 12, Ron is selected as a cultural ambassador and sent to Japan, but his destination turns out to be Mount Yamanouchi, a hidden school for secret ninja training. While there, Monkey Fist steals the legendary Lotus Blade, and Sensei believes Ron is one of the only ones who can retrieve it because of his exposure to mystical monkey power.
You and the Lotus Blade are connected by destiny.
Ron heads out on a solo mission with Rufus. Facing betrayal from a fellow student, they're captured. But in a surprising twist, Rufus, who was also touched by the monkey power, is able to help them escape. With determination and some serious monkey-style combat, Ron defeats Monkey Fist and reclaims the blade. What started as a cultural exchange turns into one of Ron's most defining solo missions. In Season 2, Episode 11, The Fearless Ferret, Kim and Ron volunteer at a hospital, where Ron is assigned to cheer up a homebound senior named Timothy North. While visiting his house, Ron and Rufus stumble upon a hidden secret room and discover that Timothy was once a superhero known as the Fearless Ferret. Shocked and inspired, Ron immediately becomes obsessed with the idea of continuing the Ferret's legacy. Ron begs Timothy to let him and Rufus carry on the mantle.
You talk too much.
Come on, I could carry on the legacy of the Fearless Ferret! And Wonder Weasel!
Though hesitant at first, Timothy eventually agrees and begins training them in the ferrety ways of justice.
I'm gonna be a superhero! I'll wait till I tell Kim!
I repeat, you talk too much. Secret identity.
I got you, right? Gotcha. My lips are so sealed.
After completing their training, Ron officially becomes the new Fearless Ferret, while Rufus takes on the role of Wonder Weasel, and the duo heads into the city to fight crime. However, every hero has a nemesis. The original Fearless Ferret once battled a villain named White Stripe, and when he sees Ron patrolling the streets in costume, he returns to settle the score.
I've been waiting years for this. Finally, that foolish ferret will be defeated by his arch nemesis.
Meanwhile, Kim grows suspicious of Ron's secretive behavior and begins tracking him, determined to figure out what he's hiding. Ron and Rufus eventually encounter White Stripe, who is determined to defeat the Fearless Ferret once and for all. Kim catches up to them during the confrontation and helps drive White Stripe away.
So who are you supposed to be?
Just think of me as a friend.
Yeah, no, duh. Ron.
That is so not cool to do to a superhero!
In the process, she uncovers Ron's secret identity and even discovers the location of their hidden man cave. Despite Kim knowing the truth, Ron continues going on solo missions with Rufus, which don't exactly go smoothly thanks to his clumsiness. Kim eventually learns that the Fearless Ferret wasn't originally a real superhero, but a TV character played for so long by two actors that they began believing it was real.
An actor?
Sorry, Mr. North. Now about Ron, I think White Stripe might also be a bit confused.
Meanwhile, White Stripe tricks and captures Ron and Rufus, taking them to the Tri-City Convention Center where he plans to release massive skunk balloons filled with a stink that would cling to people for years. Kim arrives to stop him but is defeated, leaving Ron and Rufus to finally step up on their own. They rescue Kim, carry her to safety, and manage to pull White Stripe's skunk balloon out of the Tri-City Convention Center just before it detonates. The balloon explodes harmlessly in the sky, saving the city, and proving that even if the Fearless Ferret started as fiction, Ron and Rufus made the hero real. In Season 2, Episode 9, The Golden Years, the Possible family travels to Florida to help their grandmother settle into her new retirement home, and Ron and Rufus tag along to help, though they're mostly there for the Florida fun. While they're enjoying the sunshine and the lively retirement community, Draken is also in town, quietly setting up his latest scheme. Draken unveils new technology that allows him to mind control senior citizens through modified hearing aids. And unfortunately, Kim's grandmother becomes one of his targets. Using the controlled seniors, Draken carries out high-tech robberies under the cover of night, turning an entire retirement community into his unsuspecting crime squad.
What you got, Wade?
A bunch of high-tech robberies last night, all in your area.
Wade alerts Kim to the strange activity, and she immediately begins investigating on her own, while Ron and Rufus are still caught up in the fun atmosphere. During her investigation, Kim is captured by Draken's mind-controlled seniors, leaving her in serious trouble.
Well done, oldsters! Feeding time, kimpossible.
When Wade informs Ron and Rufus that Kim has been taken, they step up. Somehow they convince the energetic young party crowd to follow them under the promise of more fun, leading them straight to Draken's hideout. In full party mode, the crowd storms the scene, helping free Kim and the seniors, ultimately shutting down Draken's plan once again. In Season 2, Episode 1, Naked Genius, Draken steals an experimental intelligence-enhancing beam with one goal in mind: to increase his own brilliance. Tired of not being recognized as the greatest mind in the world, he plans to use the device to finally outsmart everyone who's ever doubted him.
There it is, Project Phoebus. Once I manipulate my own brilliant cerebral cortex with that experimental beam, I'll become even more brilliant.
As usual, Kim, Ron, and Rufus show up to stop him. During the fight, Kim and Shigo accidentally activate the machine, and while Rufus is sitting on Draken's head, he gets blasted by the ray. Instead of Draken becoming a genius, Rufus transforms into a hyper-intelligent mastermind. At the same time, Ron is struggling badly in algebra and is on the verge of giving up because even Wade's tutoring isn't helping. That's when genius Rufus steps in and starts solving equations instantly. In under 5 seconds, Ron's homework is complete, and Ron doesn't question it. He's just thrilled the assignment is finished.
Who cares about the how, Rufus? You just finished 4 hours of homework in under 5 seconds. You know what this means? Well, me neither, but it's gotta be good.
Unfortunately, the teacher isn't convinced. Ron is still given an F because there's no way he believes Ron suddenly mastered advanced algebra overnight.
I swear, Miss Wisp, no other person did this assignment for me.
Very well. Based on the proficiency demonstrated in your homework, this PhD level equation should be easy peasy for you.
With Rufus understanding every equation and subtly helping his best friend, Ron solves the problems in front of the entire class. The method Ron uses to solve the equations is incredibly complex, far beyond normal student level.
Ronald, that's correct.
Cool. So, who's up for some snackage in the caf? How about some pie? Math pun, get it? With pie, because I...
Almost immediately, he's labeled a mathematical prodigy and is invited to conferences to demonstrate his brilliance among top minds in the field. Ron's popularity explodes. He appears in the news and starts assisting scientists with breakthroughs, helping design and solve technology that previously seemed impossible. Thanks to genius Rufus, Ron is suddenly changing the world. But it isn't meant to last. Kim starts investigating how Ron could have transformed into a genius overnight. She eventually discovers that Rufus was the one hit by the ray and learns from the beam's inventor that the effects are temporary. Meanwhile, Draken assumes Ron was the one enhanced, after seeing him everywhere in the media, and kidnaps him to build a doomsday device. Before Draken can throw Ron into a tank of piranhas for failing to produce effective inventions, Kim arrives just in time to save him. Ron's brief run as a world-class genius comes to an end. Fun while it lasted, but never meant to be permanent. In Season 1, Episode 12, Pain King, Kim befriends Monique, and Ron immediately starts feeling left out. With Kim spending more time with her new friend, Ron's jealousy kicks in hard. He's not used to sharing Kim's attention, and the shift in their dynamic makes him feel replaced.
We're drifting apart because you're excluding me.
I am not excluding you. It's just that you and Monique are different.
Oh, now you're gonna tell me that sometimes growing up means growing apart. I've heard it before, Kim. Billy Paul Wiki, 2nd grade.
Because of that separation, Ron ends up going to a wrestling match alone with Rufus. Meanwhile, Jack, tired of being mocked and belittled for his height, steals a mystical talisman that gives him incredible super strength. With his new power, he's ready to prove himself in the most over-the-top way possible. Since Ron has backstage special tickets, he goes to visit his favorite wrestlers, only to run into a now superpowered Jack.
You know what? I'll just come back later.
Jack easily beats Ron up and storms into the ring, overpowering Ron's favorite wrestlers and taking over the spotlight with brute strength. Ron tries to fight back but is completely outmatched. Luckily, Kim arrives to help turn the tide. In a clutch moment, Ron throws Rufus, who manages to chew the talisman off Jack, instantly shrinking him back to normal. Once again, teamwork saves the day. In Season 1, Episode 9, Attack of the Killer Bebés, the robotic Bebé dolls go on a rampage, kidnapping top scientists for Draken, all because they laughed at him back in college. Yes, this entire scheme is fueled by a decades-old grudge. As the kidnappings continue, Ron realizes that Dr. James Timothy Possible is likely next on the list, and instead of warning Kim, Ron decides to take matters into his own hands.
Gotta tell Kim. No, wait. We don't need Kim. I know exactly what to do.
Still upset that Kim sided with Bonnie about not letting him join the cheer squad, he chooses to go on a solo mission out of pure frustration. In a bold and slightly unhinged move, Ron wears a Dr. James Timothy Possible mask, so the Killer Babies will kidnap him instead of Kim's dad. The plan actually works. He gets captured exactly as intended.
So, Kimpossible is near.
Oh, yes! Actually, no.
Bold strategy, except for one small problem. He doesn't have a follow-up plan after getting taken. Fortunately, Kim figures out what's going on and swoops in to save Ron and the other captured scientists. In the end, the mission still gets completed. But Ron's solo attempt proves that bravery without a backup plan is a risky combination.